Hey everybody, sorry this video is coming out late. I'll have another intro in a sec too. But, basically, I'm moving this to my new channel too, so check it out. If you're on the Fight Communist America channel, then, this will also be on my other channel, Brandon McDonald. Link will be in the description for both different videos. So, yeah. Just hope you guys enjoy this new channel. And I'll keep the long videos going on. But also today I won't be doing a full long video. It's just going to be about the coronavirus stuff. Because I don't have enough time to edit and stuff today on Sunday. But, yeah, so enjoy. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Fight Communists in America. I'm your host, Brandon McDonald, and today we are going to another Fight Communists in America long video. But before we dive in, I gotta make an announcement. I have opened up a new channel fully for Fight Communists in America. I'll still be doing these long videos on this channel for a while, but we will eventually move everything over to that channel. So, link is in the description. I hope you guys like it. There's no videos posted yet. I'm getting ready to work on it, so just subscribe for now, and I'll start getting daily videos up soon. But, without further ado, let's go into our first story today, which is about more stuff during the Obama administration on how this virus was caused by Obama. So, without further ado, let's go. Okay guys, so here we are. Here's the rest of the video that we've been wanting to see, and I'll get into another video in a sec.
Okay, I got some really good news. The president is on it. $3.7 million transferred to the Wuhan laboratory by the National Institute of Health during the Obama administration under Fauci is now under investigation. The president just announced it. Take a look.
Thank you, Mr. President. U.S. intelligence is saying this week that the coronavirus likely came from a level 4 lab in Wuhan. There's also another report that the NIH, under the Obama administration in 2015, gave that lab $3.7 million in a grant. Why would the U.S. give a grant like that to China?
The Obama administration gave them a grant of $3.7 million. I've been hearing about that. And we've instructed that if any grants are going to that area, we're looking at it literally about an hour ago, and also early in the morning. We will end that grant very quickly, but it was granted quite a while ago. They were granted a substantial amount of money. We're going to look at it and take a look, but I understand it was a number of years ago, right?
So you are
when did you hear was the grant was made?
2015.
2015. Who was president then? I wonder.
So this is huge
Yes, it is.
news. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, we have a video on the channel right now that is going mega viral, okay? It's my interview with Dr. Buttar, and he talks about the $3.7 million, what that money did, and how Fauci got around the Department of Homeland Security order to stop doing testing on coronaviruses in the United States. Listen to this. What I think you're talking about is the moratorium that was placed, and then $3.7 million from the National Institute of Health was transferred to China so they could continue this research, even though the moratorium, so they basically outsourced this research to China. Is this the same topic we're talking about here? This news is just breaking?
Yes, this is exactly right. So it goes back to 2014. The U.S. government decided, based upon certain virologists at that time, saying that, look, there's no justification for this kind of research. There's a potential for it to cause harm cause a pandemic, so there's no justification for us to do this type of research. So the government passed a moratorium in 2014. Fauci approved approved budgets to be, monies to be sectioned for this type of research. So basically,
so yeah, Fauci and Obama, these people need to be arrested for treason, literally, and I'll get into that a little bit later through this part of the video.
and I'm getting really, every time I think about this, it gets me really flustered because I'm so angry that he basically broke the law. He more than broke the law. He created this entire cascade that we're seeing with the world shutdown was created by this initial aspect back in 2015. He broke the law.
Yeah, like I said, they're committing treason, like literally. If you're going against the U.S. and just doing anything against the U.S. with another country, you are a traitor to your country, which is what Fauci is.
He went against government moratoriums. He took taxpayer money and he funded research that has now led to the COVID-19. In 2017, he was documented at Georgetown University saying that there will be a pandemic that this presidency will face, that this term will face. How did he know that in 2017 that something was going to happen in 2018, 19, or 2020? You can't predict the market from 3 days.
Yeah, so that's really suspicious. And we already know the truth. If you want to go back to my last video on my channel, this channel, Brand McDonald, that this video is on, or that this video is on too, and if you're watching it from the Fight Communist America channel, because if you go through the Communist America episode before this one on my other channel, Brand McDonald, you'll see what's going on.
From today, what's going to happen? How did he know that there was going to be a pandemic? He stated the president of this president will face a pandemic. The exact quotes, I don't want to say the exact words. You guys have the video footage. My point is that
there is no question that there will be a challenge to the coming administration in the arena of infectious diseases, both chronic infectious diseases in the sense of already ongoing disease, and we have certainly a large burden of that. But also there will be a surprise outbreak. There will be a surprise outbreak. There will be a surprise outbreak.
When somebody starts making these type of statements, and then they were involved with the breaking of the law to fund the research that American taxpayers paid for, that then goes to Wuhan and now trying to create this diversion and say that it's China.
That was just a clip of the larger 45-minute interview. I will link to it down below. You need to see the full interview for the full perspective. But the good news is that Congressman Matt Gaetz is also onto this. Okay, he went on Tucker Carlson and just took China to task and talked about the money that you are paying with your taxpayer dollars to fund the Chinese labs that are creating these pandemics. Listen to this.
So at best, Americans are funding people who are lying to us, and at worst, we're funding people who we knew had problems handling pathogens, who then birthed a monster virus onto the world.
Follow the money. And it leads right back to Fauci, and then right back to the National Institute of Health.
Yes, it does.
Underneath the Barack Obama administration, friends. Okay?
Fauci, Obama, every Democrat who was involved in this, who has ever done shady stuff, needs to be fired from their job and arrested. They need to have this happen. Now, I'm in for term limits, because we really need term limits on stuff. These people have been, like in Congress, have been literally on this for a while. They've been in Congress for a long time. And a lot of these Democrat socialists want to keep their agendas coming. So we need term limits, definitely. I'm a big, strong believer that Congress should have term limits.
There you have it. How do we get here? Maybe we should ask Barack Obama. Maybe we should put Fauci on trial and ask him what's going on. How did that money go through? You know, he actually addressed the question about if the virus was man-made, and I'm going to show you the clip here. He was, you know, the guy's never lost for words, but he knows he's under the microscope right now because the president's about to investigate that money and where it went, how it got there, and now he's sweating bullets. Watch this clip. Dr. Fauci, could you address these suggestions or concerns that this virus was somehow man-made, possibly came out of a laboratory in China? Studied this virus. What are the prospects of that?
There was a study recently that we can make available to you where a group of highly qualified evolutionary virologists looked at the sequences there and the sequences in bats as they evolve, and the mutations that it took to get to the point where it is now is totally consistent with a jump of a species from an animal to a human. So, I mean, the paper will be available. I don't have the authors right now, but we can make that available to you.
So he's still maintaining that this thing was just jumping species or whatever he says. But we know that there were studies on coronavirus that were done in the United States. If there's anybody that knows, it's Fauci. He knows it.
He knows all about it, and that's why I mean, like, literally, these Democrats are so smart. They have the media, mainstream media behind them. They cover up their tracks with the mainstream media. They don't report, the mainstream media doesn't even report to these people. They get freaking money funded by the Democrats to keep hush. Literally, the mainstream media does. So, literally, we're looking at, like, a freaking war we're in with the mainstream media, Hollywood, and freaking the Democrats. Now, not all of Hollywood is, like, liberal, but still, like, a lot of them are promoting socialism, which is something we do not need in this country. Socialism is a very, very bad thing. And for me, I don't want to be controlled. And for the average American, they don't want to be controlled by the government. But a lot of these rules are relying on the government to save them because they believe they're going to save the world. And then what's going to happen is we're going to become a communistic, socialistic state, and we'll turn into Venezuela. We'll turn into China. Literally. That is not something we need.
Exactly what that thing is. Okay? Because they were studying it here in the United States, and then they shipped it off to China when the DHS said stop. So, I'm going to show you another clip here of Dr. Buttar again. And this time, he takes it to the next level. And I think he's saying what a lot of people are thinking right now. Listen. Is Fauci directly responsible for this pandemic because he maneuvered the money, he maneuvered around the moratorium, kept this chimeric research going in China? Is he directly responsible for not just the pandemic, but also the response that's killed the economy, put, 17 to 22 million people out of work? Is Fauci directly responsible?
I'm going to say this. I think that I've seen some petitions going around. I know Dr. Shiva said that Fauci should be fired. I think that's the nicest thing that could be done to Fauci. I think he's a criminal. He's broken the law. He's gone against the government. I mean, to me, that seems like it's a traitorous thing to do when the government has passed a regulation and he's at one of the highest levels in the NIH.
Yeah, like I said, that is treason. He should be in jail for it, but he should be fired at the same time from the government. So basically, both of those things need to happen to Fauci, literally, because he's ruined our economy, and literally the Democrats are getting away with all this stuff. Literally, the Democrats were started this virus in Wuhan, and we're just saving it for a rainy day to be released. And then what happens is they freaking go ahead and freaking release the virus right around the time of the impeachment trials, when they were losing the impeachment trials. They knew they were going to lose, so why not freaking ruin the economy and get Dr. Fauci in on it and literally shut down the economy so it can be ruined and Trump can get impeached for it. And it is an impeachable offense for the entire economy to collapse. Literally. So that's what's going on, and it's literally crazy.
He got a directorship at the NIH, and then he breaks the law, he breaks the moratorium, and then funds research against something that could potentially cause harm throughout the entire world, and he's in collusion with a foreign government.
So now you have Fauci colluding with the foreign government during the Obama administration, funding coronavirus studies at a Wuhan lab with your money. Now, thankfully, now I'm going to throw it back to the president here. Just earlier, just a couple hours ago, he said he's going to be taking a look at the money. And they got a lot of money in the National Institute of Health budget. A lot. He details how much money, and then he goes back and says, we're going to take a look at the $3.7 million that Fauci approved to send to China. Listen to this.
And NIH is giving away a lot of money. A lot of money. We give away for many years, they give away a lot of money. And some people complain and some people don't. Some people are extremely happy. So we're looking into that also. They're giving away approximately, as I understand it, recently more than $32 billion a year. $32 billion. And so we've been looking at that for a while, and we're going to be having some statements to be made about that. $32 billion a year. It's a lot of money, and we want to make sure it's being spent wisely, and we've been doing that, by the way, and we'll have some statements on that. And those are much bigger numbers than what we're talking about with national. If you look with our friends from wherever they come from, 500 million is a lot of money, but it's not a lot compared to the kind of money that we give out. I think over the years it's been averaging about $32 billion. $32 billion. So we've had our eye on that one for a while. We also talked about the lab in China, where I guess 3.7 million was given some time ago, and we're looking at that very closely. Chief of Staff has that pretty much under control, but it's money that, too bad it got spent there. But that was spent, what year was that, Mark? It was 4 or 5 years ago. Over the last 6 years. 6 years ago, approximately. So we're looking at that.
So, I told you it's good news. This is a really good development. We're getting closer to accountability here, and that's where we want to be. Okay? Your taxpayer dollars being shipped off to China, creating the pandemic itself, it is unacceptable, and it is criminal. Absolutely criminal. So do your part right now. Share this video to the 4 corner.
Yeah, so save this video, share this video, guys, because we need to grow it. And I will leave a link down in the description on both channels. So, as of Monday the 27th, at night, in the morning, so around 1 or 2, this video will be uploaded completely on YouTube, but it's only going to be on the Fight Communist America channel, but it will later this day be released on the other channel when I get back from work. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I did. And I will leave a link down in the description on both channels to the videos. The video I'm talking about the origin of the virus. So yeah. Without further ado, let's go to the next video. Hello everybody, I'm back here, and this is the video. Yes, we are doing another Next News Network video from them, and this clip is very important, and it's got some commentary, which I will get into in a moment.
Very important story now from Jim Hoft's Gateway pundit. Dr. Fauci admitted on Monday that it was he and Dr. Birx who persuaded President Trump to kill the economy, and they did, with wildly inaccurate models and predictions. Look at the headline right there.
What have I been telling you guys? Literally, this is all their attempt to actually get Trump out of office. Literally, that's what this attempt is. And people need to see through that, I think. And it's not a good thing that we have to shut down our economy because some deep state actor scientists actually lie about numbers and get the president. Well, I'll get into it in a moment.
Fauci admits he and Birx were the two experts who persuaded Trump to kill the economy with their garbage predictions of 2.2 million deaths. Last week, the president admitted that back in March, two very smart people came into his office and urged him to lock down the economy, or 2.2 million Americans would die. Lock down the...
And that makes sense to the timeline, because basically the government was impeaching him and the impeachment trials were failing. What do we need to do? Well, we're losing. Let's go get into two deep state actors into Trump's office and actually fool him into shutting down the economy by flying numbers. 2.2 million deaths, that never happened. And most of these deaths being reported aren't even people from freaking with coronavirus. It's people with the what is it? With deaths that don't matter to it. Deaths like people dying of cancer, people dying period, that don't have the coronavirus are counted. And I just thought I'd let you guys know that.
Economy, or 2.2 million Americans would die. But President Trump did not reveal who those two very smart people were. Of course, the two experts were completely wrong. Their models were wildly inaccurate and off by millions of deaths. Millions. President Trump followed these two inept doctors and killed off the record U.S. economy. Of course, much to the delight of those on the left, who are happy to sacrifice the prosperous United States so that their agenda could be pushed forward.
See what I mean? These deep state actors go in because the Democrats' impeachment trials aren't going good. They know they're going to lose. So what do? Release the virus. And then send freaking people, two scientists, Dr. Fauci and the other one, and to Dr. Birx, into shutting down the economy. And shutting down the economy is one of the worst things you can do as a president. This is impeachable. And now they're getting their grubby hands on it. But now our economy is about to open up again. I know here in Missouri it is, but let's continue. I'll get into that later.
Well, now the The two doctors came back and admitted their models were off by millions. But instead of revising their strategy, the doctors instead doubled down on their insanity. On Monday, Dr. Fauci admitted he persuaded the president to shut down and kill off the economy. He writes it's likely the doctors' horrid models and flawed predictions will do more damage to America than China did with the leaked virus. Watch.
The first and only time that Dr. Birx and I went in and formally made a recommendation to the president to actually have a, quote, shutdown in the sense of not really shutdown, but to really have strong mitigation. We discussed it. Obviously, there would be concern by some that, in fact, that might have some negative consequences. Nonetheless, the president listened to the recommendation and went to the mitigation. The next second time that I went with Dr. Birx into the president and said, 15 days are not enough. We need to go 30 days. Obviously, there were people who had a problem with that because of the potential secondary effects. Nonetheless, at that time, the president went with the health recommendations, and we extended it another 30 days. So I can only tell you what I know and what my recommendations were. But clearly, as happens all the time, there were interpretations of that response to a hypothetical question that I just thought it would be very nice for me to clarify because I didn't have the chance to clarify. Thank you. You know, to be honest with you, I don't even remember what the date was. I can just tell you the first and only time that I went in and said we should do mitigation strongly, the response was yes, we'll do it.
And what did he do?
And there he is. There he is, admitting it.
Yep, guys, he's admitting it, and I hope this enlightens you liberals out there who are watching this, because you need to wake up.
This guy's been wrong every step of the way. There's no question President Trump needs to get rid of this very dangerous man. Comment below, subscribe for updates, and we'll see you at the next report. For the Next News Network, I'm Gary Franchi. Thank you for watching that report. Can you believe 14.4 million Americans fell victim to identity theft in 2018 with over $1.7 billion in damages?
Sorry, guys.
Now with
So, see, Dr. Fauci is lying about stuff. He's actually been planning this stuff from the beginning. The whole entire Obama administration, all the Democrats have been planning this more and more. And basically lying numbers is just getting everything out of control, because the numbers are actually recorded deaths aren't even full coronavirus deaths. They are fake. Literally, more people have antibodies than getting the disease. Now, there are people who still get it, but it's like the flu. People die every year of the flu. And even if we were to get a cure, it's not going to be a cure. It's going to be an antibody to help fight the virus and make sure you don't get it. But it will also never be a cure. Because since it's like the flu, there's never going to be a cure for the flu. It's just vaccines to stop it. So those are my thoughts. What are yours? Leave them down in the comments. Help me grow this channel, both channels, to 100 Patriots strong. Eventually, I will be taking this show fully to fight communist America, but yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Also hit that bell. Please like, share, subscribe this, and help me grow these two channels and to 100 Patriots strong. And also hit that bell beside the subscribe button. Click all. You'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you. See you out there, Patriots. This is Brad McDonald signing off.